Hey everybody, it's James from Board Game Spotlight, and today we're talking about Not Alone, a new game that is just now hitting the shores over here. This game is also brought to you by Fun Again Games. They are sponsoring us and supplied this game for us. So this game is hidden movement cat and mouse goodness. Oh my gosh, I am in love with this game. If you like Letters from Whitechapel, Fury of Dracula, any of those hidden movement games, this is going to be hidden movement game in card form, small box situation. So here's the premise. There's an alien. We've crashed. Our crew has crashed on this foreign planet. There's an alien that is trying to assimilate us. And we have these 10 locations that we can go to. The rescue crew is on its way to get us, but we've got to get our marker to here. If the alien gets their marker to here first, they win. So it is one versus everyone else. I've played this at 2 players and I've played this at 7 players. I think it plays better at the higher player count. I know we had a ton of fun with the higher player count, so I might be jaded just because that experience was great. And I'll get to that in the review. I'll kind of dive into that a little bit. So let me give you the breakdown here. So initially you're going to start. You're going to have the 5 cards for 1 through 5 that you can choose to go to. All right, so let's just look quickly. So one of the main mechanics is once you've chosen a card, it goes to your discard. So you have fewer options on your next turn to choose to go. So as you get lower and lower, they can deduce where you're going to go, right? So you need to get the cards back into your hand a lot of time. And that's where your willpower comes in. And also, once you run out of willpower, that's how the alien moves down the marker, and a couple other ways. But you can trade these in to get some cards back out of the discard, that sort of thing. It's a very nice mechanic of push and pull of, do I want to give up some willpower cubes to get some cards back into my hand? I'm really close to succumbing to him being able to move the marker up. So, yeah. So, number 1, when you go to this place, if you're not caught, you get to do the action. So this is the layer. You get to take back your hand and place cards from your discard pile, or you can copy the power of the place where the creature token. So if the creature goes to, say, the beach over here at 4, and you go to the lair, you can choose to copy that power. It's really risky, though, because it costs you 1 extra will if you get caught. So every time you get caught, you lose a cube. The marker also moves up at least once, but then you lose a cube. So you're always losing cubes, it seems like. 2, the jungle. You get to take back into your hand this card and 1 place card from your discard pile. The river, on the next turn, you get to play 2 place cards before revealing and choose 1. So you get some options there on the next turn. The beach is the awesome one. That's where everybody wants to go because what it does is you take your beacon and you load it up, and then when you go back again the next time, you shoot your beacon off and you automatically get to move 1 up. At the end of every round that you survive, you get to move up 1 slot too. So in 1 round, you could get multiple moves. Number 5, the Rover. This is what gives us access to these 5 down here that I haven't talked about yet. So if you successfully go here, you get to take 1 from the reserve. So you get to make this reserve over here of 6 through 10. And then they have all their own powers. Some really cool stuff. They really ramp things up. The wreck's neat. You get to move the rescue to counter up a space. The source, the hunted of your choice regains 1 will, or you draw a survival card. Survival cards are really cool because they have these kind of one-off effects. So we get to, you can change stuff. Again, I'll dive into that a little bit in my chat about the really epic game we had. So, all right, so that's how the team works. They can say whatever they want, but they have to say it within communication distance of whoever's playing the alien. So there's no secrets being made on the side about where you're going and what you're doing. If you say, hey, I'm going to the beach, you can either be bluffing or you can mean it, and the alien can hear that, whoever's playing it. So here's the alien setup. The alien setup is neat too. So they get 3 cards per turn that have different powers. And so on any turn, they may have these 3 cards, and then they are going to choose the one that they feel best suits for what strategy they want to go with this round. So here, Toxin. Each hunted on the targeted place discards 1 survival card. The power of the place is ineffective. So the alien always gets to place their alien token on a location to try to catch somebody, right? So they're going to go to the beach. But then if they play a card that has the symbol, they also get to play a secondary token, and whatever it does takes effect. So let's say that we go here and here. If with playing Toxin, I would only play that if there was a bunch of survival cards in the other team's hand. So you hope to catch somebody, you get to move down, you keep moving up, the survival team's trying to get it there, and that's how it works. So you're going back and forth, round over round. The rounds are quick and easy. There's the cards that give you kind of an idea of what each of the tokens do, and each of the aliens tokens have a different effect within themselves. So I found it's pretty even, really. You know, in the couple games that's been played, it's pretty even. It seemed like we would go on a streak where we would get, shoot up 3 or 4 spots, and I'm like, man, it must stink to be the alien in this case. Then the alien would just like crush us back, and so that's the general premise of the game. Your hidden movement, you're trying to get to that goal, victory, win right there. It can play 2 to 7 players. It says 30 to 45 minutes. And I think that's about right. Our 7-player game took about 45 minutes. And so I'm going to go up, give you some final thoughts, and tell you a little bit about like the epic ending that we had. So see you up there. So that was Not Alone. And so let's dive into this a little bit. Our game experience was fantastic. We had 7 players, and it went back and forth the entire time. And then as we got down to the end, we were just inching closer and closer and closer, the survivors and the alien. And so of course on the last turn, so it gets down and we're both 1 space away. So whoever gets this right is gonna win on this last round. And so we're talking amongst each other, we're trying to all figure out where would they not expect. By this time, the 7, the 8, and the 9 location are pretty open. And somebody has a survival card, so they play the survival card on the alien, which doesn't allow them to play a card. So the alien can only just pick a location with their alien token. So we all pick our place, alien picks his, we all reveal, and like the place erupts. We're in a coffee shop playing game, for our game night, and the place explodes. If anybody follows me on Facebook, I actually posted that 30-second because I knew it was going to be epic whether we won or he won. And so I recorded it on my phone, and it was awesome. And I just love games that give you that experience. If you get me out of my seat yelling, this is a great game. And so, it was hard to tell because everybody was a little bit introverted. It was the first time some of them had played this particular time. And it was just great to see everybody, all these people coming out of their shell and yelling and screaming. And then we had a brand new person who had never really played a whole lot of board games. And they said, do we have enough time to play that again? I'd like to play that one more time. And so, great sign of a good game. This is Not Alone. From Geek Attitude Games. I can't say the designer's name, so I'm not going to try because I'm a Southerner from Alabama and we're not big on education. This plays 2 to 7, 30 to 45 minutes. It says 10 plus. And I think that's probably about right because you're going to need some strategy and some reading of cards. So, guys, this is a great game for the money. I would definitely recommend Not Alone. Again, this was brought to you by Fun Again Games. They're sponsoring the Board Game Spotlight. Thanks, Nick. If you ever need fulfillment and or a good place to get games, it's a good place to go. Fun Again Games. All right, guys. See you next time.